Welcome to the continuation series of the fast APIs. In the last session, fifth sessions, we have already covered the part how we can create a get API, post API, how we can upload a file. And how we can create the get and post methods as well. So let me just explain basically in today's session what we are going to discuss. As I told you in the last session, today we are going to discuss about how we send response object. Okay, so basically in fast APIs provide us what exact parameters that we want to be sent. We will define at the beginning, and they will decide, they will just internally manage to fill the structure itself. Okay, so let's start with how we can design the response parameter and how we can send it. Okay, so let's consider an example. If I have a class, let's make a class. I have a class and I'll assume that's my user class. User, that's my user class. Okay, and in this user class I'm basically uh, this is the inherit the base model of the fast API. Now here in the user class I have a username. The username is in string. Okay, and another one I'm considering like this. I have user password. Okay, so password is also string. And okay, we'll consider this and I'm consider one more is that is type, what kind of the user is. So this is also the str, so the password is also in str. And to make it one integer parameter or float parameter, what we can do, we can consider like mm, uh, number of times user login. So type is already a keyword, so let me just user type. Okay, and another one is I can number of times user login. Okay, yeah, I can say attempts. Okay, attempt is in my integer value, so I can write here as an int value. Okay, so this is my base class. This is my user class that I want to be create. So uh, let's plan how we can send it. So this parameter I can consider. I can write here now. What I am trying to do here. I am creating an object app class we have already created in the previous session, and in this method I have a method post, and the route is I can say like this. I have a route of user log in. Okay, this is my route, and inside this route one more parameter we have response model. So basically which model we want to be sent in the response. So I don't want to be sent this is my user model. I can copy this model and I can paste it over here. I can write it user response. This is my user response model, and an input what I am trying to do, I can take these two parameters. So basically user will just give me the username and the password, and in the response I just want to be written here what is the user type and what is the number of attempts over here. Okay, so let me do one thing. I can make this as an optional parameter as well, so that the things will be little bit more clear. And so let me just check earlier. Can I take the optional parameter over there? Is it defined or not? I think it's not defined. So what we need to do, let me just come downside. First of all, what we need to do, we need to import this optional parameter. So from where I can import this? This is import from, we have a typing basically base class where we import this optional parameter. Okay, so now from the typing, basically typing, it will typecast the parameters and all. So I will take this parameter and make at the initial stage what I am trying to do, I can just make this parameter as an optional parameter. So what I am doing here, I can make it optional. and what I'll say, this is the parameter that is an optional of string. It can have the multiple values, and the attempt is also, I'm just making it an optional. Okay, and when I'm just making it optional, by default what I'm trying to say, I'm saying it's none, nothing, and same I'm defining it will be attempt will be the 0. Okay, so this is my parameter, and now what I'm trying to be create here, I am just passing what is my response object. So in the response object, I am passing this my response object. So this is my response object that I'm going to pass here. Okay, now till now what we have done, we have created a user class, we have created a response class method that we want to send a response. We will set this response from the database or either from some caching, it depends on us. So now what we are going to do, we are going to define a function method. So I'm just going to define async def. So my function name is user login. So this is my user login method. I'm just writing explicitly method here. It's only just my choice. The input parameter is user. So what we need to do, when I'm just returning here user, let's see what happened. It will return the response object and get the values from the user object. Okay, so let's demonstrate with example. Let me just run this over here. uh, I'm just opening the terminal first. So opening the terminal, you need to run the whatever your UVCon server is. Now let's start. The UVCon will be started. So we'll just open the panel. Okay. So it give me an error. The error is, it says whatever the parameter that, let me correct it. Let me correct this one. What exactly the error it? I am not putting their colon here. If you will see. Let me close this. If you will see here, whenever I'm just passing, what I need to do, I am putting here colon, so it's my typo mistake over here. So let me correct it. So this is corrected now. So when we'll go over here and run the server, my server will be successfully started. Okay, now let's come, it again crash. Let's see the error. Let's see the error. It says the user is not defined. So I think I have written some name that's wrongly. It's user is my okay, I have written it. Let me swap these values. So the user is an object that we are passing, and this is the user is the class. Okay, so now it's perfectly fine, and there is no error in my program now. So let's execute it. The execution is done, server is started successfully. Now it's time to be run the test the program. We'll start for the testing. So to test it, let me just refresh the page so that it can just upload my whatever the endpoint we have created. So this is our endpoint that we have created right now. So in this endpoint, if you will see, let me just scroll it down. We have the input parameter schema, that is username and the password. That is my input schema, and the request type is the JSON. So let's try it out. When I'm just clicking on try it out, so I'm just passing here the username. So my username is test user, and if I'm just considering, I'm writing here password is my password. So let's click over the execute button. When we executed it over here, so this is the curl command. You can, if you want to test, you can pick it from here. After that, this is my endpoint, and I want to be create this endpoint. So if you will see, what this is my input parameters that is automatically picked, and I pick these values in an optional parameter, so these values are automatically picked from there. So this is my objective of this program. So whatever the response that you want to create, you can create your response class, and the response class is automatically from mapped to your request parameters, and you have no need to explicitly. The point is, the things will be the naming will be, the naming convention will be the same. So if that will be happen, it will automatically pick and fill the values and send to the user. So that's actually the a little bit beauty. And if you will see, this is the response parameter, and if you will get an error and all, so it will be showing the validation parts as well. So let me I think I have done for this session. In the next session we will see the more detail in the response parameter. Thanks for your time.